Hello, Tario Frost here, back again for a deck profile. A Dragonic Overlord deck profile for Standard or Overdress format, whichever you prefer to say. Uh, I finished this a while ago. I've been meaning to record it for a week or more, honestly, and I've kind of been procrastinating a little bit, so here we are. And let's start with the ride line from lowest to highest grade. We got Lizard Runner Undu, Embodiment of Armor Bar, Dragon Knight in Hallam, and Dragonic Overlord, of course. This is the key ride line here. With each one, you get a new effect when they are ridden upon, right? Like Armor Bar. When this unit is rode upon by Dragon Knight in Hallam, you counter blast one, start your deck for up to one grade 1, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. So you get a free grade 1 by riding Dragon Knight Nahalem, right? With Nahalem, when this unit is rode upon by a unit with Overlord in its name, call this to rear. So by riding it by Dragonic Overlord, you can call it to anywhere on your rear circles. So if you have one of these open, if you have one of the front two open, you automatically get a nice grade 2 without having to search your deck or anything. Then Dragonic Overlord, obviously no ride line stuff, but during the battle, this unit attacked a rearguard. Your opponent cannot call cards from their hand to the guard circle. Then the other effect is once per turn, when this unit attack hits, counterblast 1 and discard a card from your hand, stand this unit, and it gets -1 drive until the end of turn. Which is crazy in and of itself. I love it. I really like this deck. I've only used it twice against a few friends of mine. It did really good in at least one of those matches, in one of those games, because I just kept getting every trigger under the sun. But continuing. Grade 3s, we got the remaining 3 Dragonic Overlords. Then we have 4 Dragonic Overlord The Ends. I just went over Dragonic Overlords, so I'll go over the ends. First ability, during your turn, if your soul has a Dragonic Overlord, this unit's drive cannot decrease from card effects, and it gets plus 5,000. So automatically, when you ride on top of Dragonic Overlord, or even the end, as long as you have one of those in the soul, its drive cannot decrease, and it gets plus 5k, bringing it from 13 to 18 automatically. Then the other ability, once per turn, at the end of battle that this unit attacked, counterblast 1 and discard 2 cards from your hand, stand this unit, and it gets -1 drive until the end of turn. Now, of course, so long as you have Dragonic Overlord or the end in your soul, it's not going to get -1, but it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that it can't get that -1. So you can just keep powering up your units. You attack with the end first, before your other 2, or 1, depending on what you have. Then you can just keep standing it until you run out of cards, basically. But it's great. I love this card. Then going to grade 2s, we got 3 Perforate Burner Dragons. We got the remaining 3 Nahallams. And we got 3 Berserk Dragons. Now in Nahallam, the other effect outside of riding is while it's on rear, once per turn, if you have a Vanguard with Overlord in its card name, Soul Blast 1 and this unit and all your Vanguards get plus 5k until end of turn. So if you match it with the end, that's an automatic plus 10 to the end between the 2 abilities. For Perforate, the Burner Dragon, when this card is discarded from your hand during your battle phase, put this card to your soul, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 5k until end of turn. So with your Overlord and Overlord The End, you're going to be discarding a lot of cards from your hand. So with this deck, you kind of have cards that have or use effects that activate when they're discarded, like Perforate. So in this case, it gives plus 5k to one of your units, any of your units. That can be the End for an extra 5. That can be one of your rare guards that maybe don't have a back row or need a little power boost. But it's good. It's solid. Then Berserk Dragon. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Overlord in its name, this unit gets plus 5k until end of battle. Then Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's grade 2 or less rear guards and retire it. So, we get a little power boost, and we can retire one of your opponent's rear guards that is grade 2 or less. So, clearing the field out. If you end up choosing to go your rear guards first, you can attack with Berserk Dragon, get rid of your other rear guard, and then attack with your Vanguard, just striking them as a hit. Normally, I'd say attack with your Vanguard first, but this is a nice backup in case you don't have the End, or you can't really discard anything for the cost, right? So, moving on to grade 1s. Moving on to grade 1s. We got 4 Stealth Dragon Togachirashi. We got 3 Dragon Monk Gojo. And we got 2 Embodiment of Armor Bar. Along with 4 of the PGs. Now, I only chose 2 bars because with this deck, I'm trying to swing in with some bigger units. Let's read Bar's other effect. While on rear, once per turn, when your Vanguard's attack hits, this card gets plus 5k until end of turn. So it's really mostly there for when when it's supporting, right? And that's only once per turn. So it goes from 8 to 13. So it's only going to boost with 13 unless you give it something from your other cards, right? Then PG, that's just a PG. Dragon Monk Gojo. When the Vanguards attack this unit boosted hits, retire this unit and counter charge 1. So you get to flip one of your countered units, right? Then with the Stealth Dragon, when this card is discarded from hand during your turn, you may put this card into your soul. So it gives you the ability of that Soul Blast from earlier that you would need to do with your other units, right? Grade 1s, they're mostly here for support and guarding and whatnot, so it's a lineup. It's a lineup. Then going on to the grade 0s or the triggers. Still kind of dabbling with it. I might end up changing it later, but for right now I have 3 draws, 4 crits, 4 heals, 4 fronts, and 1 over trigger. Now I'm tempted to take out the draw triggers, the 3 draw for 3 more critical triggers, because with Overlord and Overlord The End, I want to be able to increase the crit value of as much as I can. Fronts, I could take down to 3 to make room for 4 more crits, not just 3. But I like the setup so far. It's helped me out a bit, Then 4 heals, obviously you need 4 heals. Then this is the over trigger I have right now. It's the basic one you get in the starter decks, right? But it works. It works. Like an over trigger is an over trigger, right? Because with this one, you can give plus like 100 million to 2 of your units, basically. But that's it. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Stay frosty, my friends.